Welcome once again to Action Sports World and its highlights from the Far East first this week as the Swatch Girls Pro brings the best female surfers in the world to the shores of China. After which it's spectacular freeride skills and thrills from Wanaka in New Zealand at the World Heli Challenge.
It's the day before the event starts, and basically, everybody's at the event site getting ready to surf the contest, and we just kind of decided to come around with like a smaller posse, just a crew of us really good friends, and come surf Camel Rock, and the waves are pretty pumping. There's a cool right and left, and for us it's just about getting down here and going for a surf with the friends and just kind of getting our feet wet and just having a good time.
See different places, surf at a different surf spot. This is good. This is something new. We're probably gonna surf here more often. This is cool.
It's great to be here with everybody. It's always, this once a year, all the girls come together. We've got girls from every country, almost every continent. No, it's great to see everybody.
The Swatch Girls Pro China is the only event that we really have as women longboarders, and it's just cool, to get everybody together once a year. It's just like a really good group of women from all over the world.
It's like the Olympics, You qualify through a region and you train all year, and then it comes down to one event. And it's also kind of old school, which is perfect for longboarding.
You have only one contest, this one in China, that crowns the world champion, so it doesn't get more important than that. But sometimes it's hard because you keep training like all day long to compete on 20 minutes heat.
It is a contest and it's serious, and we all are really excited to be here and to win, essentially. But for us, it's so awesome to come together. It's like the one time a year we all get to come together and surf together and enjoy this sport and enjoy this thing that we do called surfing.
To meet Cassia, Kelia and all these girls is really amazing for me. Cassia has been my favourite surfer since I was little. She's inspired me a lot, so to have the chance to surf with her is enormous.
Bay, it's actually probably the one of the best break in this island, and this is a place I practice a lot when I surf.
It's a left point break in the South China Sea. It's very fickle, I think. So we've learned the last couple of years that It can produce world-class waves or it can produce nothing.
It's such an awesome wave, such a playful wave. You can do long nose ridings and some big turns on the inside. In the low tide, it gets super shallow, but it's still good.
It can get fat and it can get sucky, and it has all different sections, and it's really, really fun for longboarding.
If you look down the line and you can pick out one of the right ones that you see forming down the line, then those are the ones you want, because you'll be able to put together some nose rides, some cutbacks, and really work it onto the inside.
Day one of the Swatch Girls Pro 2013, and the 36 best female longboarders in the world were getting ready for their heats in round one. With the world title on the line, the stakes were high as the Chinese crowds lined the shores in Ryu Bay. Like in previous years, Chelsea Williams from Australia was one of the standouts in the early rounds, and the 25-year-old combined the trademark cutbacks with some impressive nose riding skills. Last year's world champion Kelia Monez from Hawaii was in the limelight, but the 20-year-old didn't let the pressure get to her and comfortably won her first heat.
I just wanted to get two waves under my feet and then feel comfortable throughout the rest of the heat. And I'm glad I got those 2 waves out of the way, and the first heat out of the way, first round out of the way, and on to the next.
Chloe Calmon from Brazil looked confident before her heats, and after 3 weeks training in Ryu Bay, she really looked at home on the contest wave. Stylish and effortless longboard surfing by the young Brazilian. American youngster Tori Gilkison made her mark at last year's event. Once again, she started strong, showing some of the best hang fives in the first rounds.
So much better than last year, and there's like little sections that stand up, and then once it slow down, do a little cut back, and it's super fun. Long waves.
Longboard style queen Cassia Meador also managed to get into round 3, but she had to take a detour via round 2, where she surfed well and showed some classic nose riding manoeuvres. Another American to progress into the last 24 was Lindsay Steinry. The 2011 world champion looked determined and managed to do a hang 10 on her best wave.
I picked off a couple of the right ones, a couple wrong ones. It was tough out there. Atlanta's a really good surfer, so I was just trying to stay on top of my game the whole time.
Yeah, I think the longboard cannot get more female, and I think such a beautiful thing, such a graceful sport. I love the cross-stepping and nose riding. For me, that's the most amazing thing you can do on a board. Like, you can work your balance and flexibility.
I think it's so much more attractive to other females who don't know surfing, and they look at that and it's a lot more approachable, and they can relate to it a little bit more. And it's also like almost like a dance, you know, you can just dance and glide on the water, and it's less aggressive, and it's just more me.
And I definitely think that you know, your true self shows when you surf, because there's nothing else but you and the wave and your board, and it's all what you put into it.
I mean, to me, what glide is, and when you're on a really nice wave in the perfect part and you're really in trim and in perfect trim, time stops. You're weightless, everything else disappears, and you're just locked into that moment.
Ce que j'aime sur le longboard, c'est de pouvoir mélanger le style classique avec le style moderne. C'est-à-dire les noses, pour moi, c'est quelque chose que je ferai toute ma vie. Cette sensation quand tu es en antenne sur ta planche, je trouve qu'il n'y a rien de plus magique.
Day 2 of the Swatch Girls Pro China 2013, and all the big names were still in the contest for round 3. Previous double world champion Jennifer Smith is always in with a shout for the title, and the 27-year-old didn't disappoint in her heat. 7.5 points, one of the most impressive female longboarders, who showed 2 classic hand fives and some nice turns. Next up, an all-American heat with Kasia Meador and Lindsay Steinrieder, 2 of the most experienced competitors facing each other. Steinrieder opened the exchange with some neat nose riding and big roundhouse cutbacks, scoring her a 6.5. Meador tried her best to answer back, but it wasn't enough. Another early exit at the Swatch Girls Pro China for the 31-year-old.
Yeah, a bit unlucky that I came up against my friend Lindsay in the early rounds of the heat. You know, she's won a world championship before, and I know her from California, so to come up with her in the early rounds is kind of a bummer, but that's what it is, you know. You got to come up against everybody at some point.
Justine Dupont from France was once again leading the European charge, and the 22-year-old Dupont looked comfortable, surfing a strong heat and going straight through to the next round. The real standout in round 3 and 4 was Chloe Calmon from Brazil, who was at ease with the left in Rio Bay and showed another hang 10.
It was awesome to start the heat with a good score, an 8.5, and it wasn't even one of the waves of the set. It was a small one that Caitlin didn't get it, so I got it, and I could find a bit of a wall so I could hang 10 for a while.
Defending champion Kelia Manaz had surfed solid so far, and without really setting the world on fire, she went through to the next round. The final opponent of the last 2 years, Chelsea Williams, on the contrary, was on fire in every heat. Her radical and powerful turns made her a real standout, but the Australian is no stranger to nose riding either. Perfectly blending classic and progressive longboarding, Williams eased through to the next round.
I actually couldn't hear anything out there, and I didn't know the whole time what I needed or what I had. I know I didn't really get a second good wave until that last one, so yeah, pretty stoked.
What's up, everybody? Here with good friends, sister Kelia Moniz, Victoria from Reunion Island, and China's own Darcy. Darcy, where are you going to take us today? What are we going to get going into?
I think I'm going to take you girls just to the local school. We're going to visit some kids. We're going to bring some gifts for the kids. Wow. And I think we're going to have fun today. I'm going to show you guys around. Let's go. These kids are so excited to see other girls, and you know, yeah, it's cool. This is how we grow up in China.
We're all here enjoying each other, having a good time, and there's no language barriers at all, you know? It's just we're out here, duck, duck, goose, and I don't know what you would say in Chinese, but everybody understands it and everybody has a smile.
Everyone gets it. It's great.
Yeah, and that's it.
Putting a smile on their face and actually them putting a smile on my face is everything. So I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah, it's crazy to be here. I'm so stuck, and it was a very intense experience to be in this school with this child, and yeah.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Well, it was time for the quarterfinals. Now only 8 women remained in the contest. In the first quarterfinal, defending world champion Kelia Monaz was up against Jen Smith. In slightly smaller conditions than on previous days, Monaz managed to put a couple of decent scores together, keeping her dream of defending the world championship title alive. American Karina Razonko was up against Hawaiian Mika Amura. Razonko, who had reached the semis last year, dealt well with the tricky conditions and again made it into the last 4.
That was pretty tough. I mean, I wasn't getting any waves at first. She was getting all of them. I was kind of getting worried out there. I just needed to get a good nose ride. That's what the judges want to see, I guess, and I think that's what did it for me.
Last year's finalist Chelsea Williams faced an in-form Chloe Calmon, but the Australian pocket rocket was too strong for the Brazilian and really made the best of the waves on offer. Strong turns and long nose riding manoeuvres clinched another semi-final spot for Williams. Justine Dupont, the last remaining European in the contest, had served well until the quarters and also kept the upper hand against Summer Romero. I'm happy it went well and that I improved on last year's 5th place, because this year I'm already 3rd and I'm happy with that. She did a lot of nose riding. I surfed a lot of rollers, so it was an interesting heat to judge with these different schools of longboarding.
Today, Darcy's going to take us out to a turtle sanctuary. They're actually doing a lot of work and helping to save the turtles here in China. And I'm super excited to go check it out. What about you, Lindsay?
I'm ready.
Darcy,
Let's go.
it's on.
Travelling by boat through a traditional Chinese water village, the girls made their way to Sea Turtle 911's floating sea turtle hospital. Curious to find out more about the project.
So is there an average size for the age of the sea turtle?
Well, actually, sea turtles, there's about 5 different types of sea turtles, and they are all different sizes of themselves, you know. So the one that you see, the green sea turtle, you see that a lot commonly around, and that's a more medium-sized sea turtle, even if it's older or younger.
So cute.
I definitely think that, you know, the lack of knowledge of what we throw into the ocean is obviously affecting all the creatures around us and also our planet at large, really. You know, it's like easy to just think you throw something in a river and it's gone. Yeah, it's not your trash anymore, but it becomes the trash of the world, and, you know, and obviously all these creatures are affected by it.
I mean, the ocean is really what it connects the world. So it's not their ocean, it's not our ocean, it's everyone's ocean, and it all runs together at some point, and we need to start protecting it from around the world. And so coming to places like this and bringing in awareness is really important wherever you travel.
It was semi-finals time at the Swatch Girls Pro China. Hawaii's Kelia Monaz was up against the young American Karina Razonko, who was looking for her first final in China. In tough conditions, the 17-year-old tried her best and showed some good nose riding manoeuvres, but was it enough to beat Monaz? Well, it wasn't, and the reigning world champion once again showed her contest credentials when it counted and moved into a third consecutive final in China.
You know, I've squeaked through every single heat from the quarters, and I'm ready to just surf and surf my best, and I feel like I've, you know, saved it all up for this, so I'm really excited. Whether I surf against Chelsea or Justine, it's going to be a pretty crazy final.
In semi-final number 2, Justine Dupont from France was up against last year's finalist Chelsea Williams. Dupont, also a world-class shortboard surfer, once again mixed nose riding manoeuvres with shortboard-inspired turns and surfed another strong heat. It wasn't quite enough to beat Chelsea Williams, who kept her composure, showed a perfect hang 5 and some trademark cutbacks, and also made her third consecutive final in China.
I gave it all I had on that last one. I knew I needed, you know, a big score, and I threw everything I had at it, you know, even hit the rocks on the shore break, so it was worth it. Good.
The Chinese crowds waited in anticipation for the third consecutive final between defending champion Kelly Manaz and Chelsea Williams. Could the Australian get a revenge and beat Manaz? Williams had surfed well throughout the contest, but in the final the 27-year-old didn't quite find a rhythm, and despite showing some radical turns and some good nose riding with tricks like the hang 5, she didn't really score the big points. So was it enough to beat Kelly Manaz? Hailing from Oahu, Hawaii, and growing up in a surf-obsessed family, the defending world champion once again was on points at the right time and dominated the final with some powerful catbacks and stylish nose-riding manoeuvres. What a triumph for the Hawaiian, who claimed back-to-back Swatch Girls Pro China and ASP Women's World Longboarding Championship titles. Manaz once again winning the Swatch Girls Pro China ahead of Williams, Dupont and Razonko, making her the first woman to successfully defend the ASP Women's Longboard World Championship crown.
Just winning an event is great, but another world title, second in a row, it's kind of special. It's pretty crazy, and Chelsea gave me a run for my money once again. And 3 years in a row, being in a final with her, it's pretty crazy. It's like, I don't even know what to say right now, but I'm really pumped and I'm happy. Yeah, Hawaii.
Crafted by one hand, sun drifts down and scatters on the sand. Day presses on and the heat begins to soar.
To freeride or not to freeride? That is the question.
The World Heli Challenge and Harrow's escapades are pretty well documented, and as a young skier here, you know, that's what you wanted to do. That was the big show. That was everything that was cool in skiing, and to think that I'm doing that now and it's kind of like a normal thing for me is pretty amazing.
When you guys and girls are up there on the mountain competing, I mean, it's as serious as any big mountain event in the world.
Been a passive observer for the past 3 years and really wanted to test myself with some of the top freeriders from around here and from around the world, with Auntie coming down. So yeah, it was just awesome to take part and get amongst it.
My second heli challenge. I guess I wanted to come back because of the snow for sure, and the terrain that we usually ride in the heli challenge is kind of something that fits into my kind of riding.
Consists of 2 flying competition days, a freestyle day and an extreme day. Always strived to one day be a part of the event, and yeah, because I don't ride a lot of slopestyle and pipe sort of contest, the Heli Challenge appealed to me in that sense, you know. So yeah, competed the last few years in it, and yeah, I was lucky enough to win last year, so stoked to be back again this year, and yeah, wasn't going to miss it.
It's really fun hanging out with a bunch of other really good athletes.
My name is Yuta Kiyohara. I come from Japan, Sapporo City.
Just getting to know people, making good connections, and of course, like, what can you do better than going up in a helicopter and skiing some of the best mountains in the world.
Oh, this is good. Wow, this is beautiful.
And that's what's like cool about the World Heli Challenge. Is like every day is a fun day, and the best days are the heli days. So they're waiting for the best possible weather to have the heli days. So yeah, I'm loving it here. Sick.
And it's not like we have like 4 days to do the event. We have we have 2 weeks to do it, and which is so nice to hear as an athlete instead of having to go out there and yeah, do something gnarly when the light's bad or the snow's bad. I don't compete a lot. Like I did a little bit of big mountain competing a few years ago, but after that I've really stuck to filming and doing like more film contests and things related to that. And this is the first contest I've done in a while that's like more just about me, not who I'm filming with, but it's like, it really bridges the gap between those two worlds, and I think it's gonna be really cool. I haven't heard anything like it before.
Well, you know, like we are looking for elevation for the snow, obviously, so, you know, that to me makes a lot of sense. So we could spend a bit of time checking this venue out. That would be good.
It's a nice opportunity to come up and act on behalf of the athletes and see if we can find something that everyone will be stoked on. So, yeah, hopefully I can do my bit and we'll come away with a nice venue.
And then he can get blamed, I can't get blamed if they don't like it.
Yeah, it's all on me. You excited, mate?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, cool.
I work all years. I think we're looking for 3 different features a person can do, so if they can...
Yeah, something at the top, couple of things at the top.
Something at the top, maybe if we build some, we've got this rock in the middle and...
Yeah, something up from that sort of thing.
Yeah. Something up from that, and then the third one.
Yeah, the boys have just done a bit of a ski cut and a snow safety test. Just had a little bit of a run down there, checking out the snow, and found a really nice bowl here with great snow stability, and it was nice and dry. So yeah, everyone seems pretty stoked, and yeah, I think it might work out well for the freestyle day. Looks beautiful now, doesn't it? Eh? Look, what do you think? Yeah. No? Oh. Yeah. Oh, the best for the best. Yeah. Hey.
The meaning of the World Challenge and the World Heli Challenge goes way far beyond just challenging yourself and the mountains that you're playing in. It's definitely comes down to the logistics involved in the guiding, in the helicopters up there, and most certainly the weather and the snow conditions.
It's already a skill just to be able to look at a mountain, even if it's your home mountain and you look at it a bunch. It's such a skill to be able to look at a mountain, go to the top, reverse it, and figure your way down. Just flying, I have no idea how short we'll be able to see it, and I'm gonna have my camera ready for sure so that I can take a picture. That's what I'm really excited about, is putting myself to that test of going somewhere that I don't even know at all.
So last week we had the Junior World Heli Challenge, which was its first year, and I got to be a part of that as kind of like a mentor
and a judge going out there on the day with them, trying to give them some pointers.
Well, the Junior World Heli Challenge is a one-week event based around a one-day heli skiing with kids from age 12 to 16.
This week was pretty cool, not just the event, just doing everything that surrounds it. Also, free skiing with Sam and Fraser, they're pretty sick guys. Meeting everyone, just hanging out with everyone, it was pretty cool.
Hi, I'm Peter Billis with the Otago Polytechnic Avalanche program. Coming up to Treble Con today, it was an opportunity for these guys to see exactly what kind of protocols you go through when you go in the backcountry.
When an avalanche happens, in the event that it does, everyone needs to be able to go to search, okay? So we're checking to make sure that everyone can do that. I'm still picking up somebody.
Just checking the slope angle. We've learned this in the classroom before we came out, and it's really good to apply it before we go shred.
We learned how important it is to promote yourself over social media, promoting the brand that you're sponsored by, giving a good reputation for it.
Yeah, the Junior World Heli Challenge is an awesome event to develop our sport, like bringing the kids into the backcountry and getting them out there and teach them about the mountains and how it all works, and going in choppers and free riding. And it's cool for New Zealand to have an event like this, because I don't even know if there's anything like this in the world for kids.
Get with it, Kelly.
Just dreaming, telling about the flow and what's up, and you're dreaming. Reality is never enough, so I'm just another kid that don't want to grow up. And yo, I got so many dreams, don't want to sleep, big dreams.
So, what you're going to do, guys, once you pick your gear up, you're going to walk along the boot pack down to below the rocks.
Where those other people are.
Where the other people are, just down there, so everybody can see that.
You're in the mountains now, right?
We just finished building our first jump, just about to hit it and get after it.
Just because my beats be the dopest. Once they ever heard, now this kid's getting noticed. The flow is the coldest, similar to channels in the UK, and getting people right through like a hallway. Just think, people they would call me stars, won the tracks like athletes. But as they know, I'm on the back streets with break beats on the machine. Push it together, they know I can get the mess clean. Smooth beats are making for smooth artists, and I can picture canvas in classes toward the carpet, searching the markets. Yeah, I can hear the ring of that hand on the vinyl, crowd yelling to bring it back, asking how I do it different, how I make it snap. I guess I'll leave it till I wake up to answer that. I'm dreaming, sitting on the back of the bus, just dreaming, telling about the flow and what's up. And yo, I'm dreaming, reality is never enough, so I'm just another kid that don't wanna grow up. And yo, I'm dreaming, sitting on the back of the bus, just dreaming, telling about the flow and what's up. And yo, I'm dreaming, reality is never enough, so I'm just another kid that don't wanna grow up. It ain't even destiny.
That was mental.
Grammy Award, top artist of the year. Yeah, I seen this before. Speech, well, I didn't expect this, but off of my head. Gotta say a big thank you to the people that said you gon' make it, that's for sure. Just keep holding the mic, and when the people hate flow, they gon' roll with the hype. Well, that's me. I guess I could perform one song dedicated to my family, wife, and my mom. After that, I gotta go, gotta make a plane trip and think of 4 more ways to make the game flip. Alliance, time to hit the studio with the clients. Go factory, infinite, mathematically we train for success. The team dream, we making it happen with the structure. Reality, we ain't faking it. Thinking I'm taking this way too serious, but I got the beats to make the docs get curious about my sanity. How does he do it that casually? It's just too bad. You see, I'm shackle free. Never been the type to scrap in the rubble. Keep my thoughts to myself, so don't burst my bubble. Hey, yo, I'm dreaming, sitting on the back of the bus, just dreaming, telling about the flow and what's up. Hey, yo, I'm dreaming, reality is never enough, so I'm just another kid that don't wanna grow up. Hey, yo, I'm dreaming, sitting on the back of the bus, just dreaming, telling about the flow and what's up. Hey, yo, I'm dreaming, reality is never enough, so I'm just another kid that don't wanna grow up. 1, 2, 3, cut!
Wow, that was incredible. Had a sick day up there in the mountains with all these groms. They're all teeing off big time, killer backdrops, great snow.
When I was those guys' age, I had no idea that freeride existed. I was, stuck in Lycra and bashing bamboo.
But if we had that back then, I would have, you know, grabbed it with both hands. Those kids have had a pretty amazing opportunity to grow and learn, and they're already amazing skiers, so I can just see them all going from strength to strength, and you know, it's going to be amazing for the sport, these kids growing up with such skills and opportunities.
Yeah, we've definitely had our down days this year with the World Heli, but we've done a lot of stuff and just been trying to keep busy, been surfing, skating, all sorts.
We like have a free day and then it's like, what can we get into, you know? Yeah. Get crazy, paragliding, river surfing, so much to do in Wanaka, it's like insane.
Here skating the Dreamland ramp, watching Harry and the boys kill it.
I don't know where we are, I'm lost. Lost in my own country.
Should we go to Porridge?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. They call it Porridge because it's generally cold and lumpy.
Yeah,
it's
like Porridge, eh? Yeah, when it goes,
It's a beautiful point, long peelers, hopefully no crowd.
Oh yeah! He's up, no way!
Oh, this is just amazing. I've never seen anything like that before, so I'm so pumped just to watch it.
So tonight we have a retro party at the Lone Star for the Heli Challenge, and we're finding some get-ups so we can look the part.
It only has one leg. I don't know who's gonna buy that.
So I've been on the New Zealand ski team since I was 15 and ski racing since then, and now I'm done. Yeah, decided to call it quits. I've wanted to do Big Mountain for a while now.
Really looking forward to getting up in the chopper, hopefully Monday.
Yeah, no, I'm pumped. Always have been a Lankster.
Sorted.
I think we're ready to go.
Should we go party?
In the history of the World Heli Challenge, we've only had one other event where we failed to get the extreme day off the ground due to weather, and unfortunately that happened this year.
The venues that we're riding are dangerous. We are far from help, and when you're putting 60 or 80 people on the mountain, it only takes one mistake. The guides really spoke to that and told us, you know, it's a team effort here.
The concern isn't that it's a huge avalanche, it's that you have a lot of people exposed.
And it's not a tough decision when it comes down to people and their livelihood.
Avalanches aren't something to mess with.
No.
So overall, like, I'm stoked that we had one day, bummed that we didn't have the other, but I'd rather be safe here at TC in the fog than in an avalanche.
Totally.
In New Zealand, the weather is always a little issue. It's really hard to predict how the weather's going to be in the next day, and that's how it is out here.
We've woken up and it's cloudy and looks rainy and miserable, so I'm guessing we're not going to, but fingers crossed it breaks and we get out in the heli today.
This is the toughest morning I've ever had on the Heli Challenge by far. So, by far the toughest. Yeah, KJ, look, I just spoke to Scott. Let's move forward with the day.
You know, like, you have to come here and you have to have a lot of time, and and you have to have a lot of patience. You don't go snowboarding every day, but once you go out there and it's good, it can be one of the best days in your career.
Had a bit of clearing up there, so yeah, first day of the Heli Challenge, freestyle day, and yeah, looking pretty good. Hopefully it stays clear and can't wait to get stuck in.
Define amazing, huh? Flying from grass in a helicopter to the top of a mountain, trying to work in all the details and figure out exactly where you want to go, and then try to make it all work perfectly somehow.
Yeah, we had a recce and now we've just been heli back up to the top. There's a wee window popping through now. The sun's going to shine. Pop, pop. It's nice and warm. The guides are just making their way through the terrain now, and she's going to be all go.
It's different. I don't get to ski a lot of powder, so this is about the most deepest snow I've skied in some time.
I'm so nervous. I'm actually a park skier and do a lot of like slopestyle and bigger events, but I've been, the last 2 years, I've been moving more and more out to the backcountry and powder. So, yeah, I like it, so yeah, why not? I had to try it.
Got my last click on my ratchet. I find that my heart's going. I'm listening or feeling my favorite song and just getting my heart rate and my rhythm going with my turns, and just thinking about being in an open field of just snow, or in just dropping into a big swell where I've just got the world my oyster. So just try to take it as I can with that and see what happens.
Woo! Too much fun, let's do it again!
Being in the mountains, to me, it's really like trying to find kind of transitions. That's what I grew up riding, you know, riding transitions and halfpipe, and now that I've kind of evolved my riding towards backcountry, I'm trying to find these natural transitions in the mountains.
Having an international field at the World Heli Challenge is really important, both for the Kiwis and for, you know, to get the stoke out back to those communities where these people come from. So having some of the Hokkaido riders there, Utah and Taisuke, was awesome. Those guys are always stoked. They've got really good style in the POW, and they can jump off of things and land things that you just wouldn't even think was possible.
Out there, you're free to do and ski what you want. There's no, you know, people telling you you can't do this, you can't do that. It's all on you to decide what's safe for you and to pick something that's hopefully going to make your year. You know, you're just looking for that perfect line and that perfect run, where everything comes together and just your face melts off.
I don't think not too many people know some of the riders from down under are so good, especially in the backcountry, so it's nice to go out there and see actually how good they are in riding.
This year we've got a local kid, Fraser McDougall. I've been skiing a lot with him this year, and he's been absolutely shredding. So, and I know he's very excitable. He's a dangerous young man when he's excitable. So.
It was fun, man. Yeah. Got a few face shots. Yeah. Got to just, rip some towel that time.
That was pretty fun. Cheers for the motivation for that half cam. Yeah. That looks sweet.
Ricky, how was the ride, bro? Team
So insane. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Team Throp killing it right now.
Hell yeah. Yeah. We make great friends and walk away from the event with an awesome feeling. So Stoke would be a good one, but family probably encompasses the whole event.